Okay, welcome back to Sanity Maintenance. Today we'll be talking about bad gas line and kind of what to look for. There's all different varieties of it. Some of it's kind of a blend mix, and you really don't never know what you get your hands on too. If you purchased a used boat, which a lot of people have on this channel here, and there's a lot of new boaters out there as well, kind of give you an idea of what to look for, and how to go about looking. Give you an idea at least what's going on. So we'll get right into that. Okay, this is normally one of the first things that I run into here. Looks fine, but it's not really fine. Hardly any flexibility to it at all. On top of that, it's starting to get brittle, and it causes air leaks because it starts breaking up on the inside. If I can kind of fix this here like this, we'll try to show you what's going on with it. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's starting to crack up there. Not sure if you can see that or not. I'm trying to get it where it's perfect for the camera. Sorry, I have poor audio and I have a poor camera too. Maybe because I'm poor. Stuff like this here doesn't want to move around a whole lot. This is generally an indication that, start back over, try from there. And next stuff I run into a lot is the B2 here. What seems like it's just nice and fine on the inside when it actually is not. So I'm going to light here. Alright, so we'll get some light on the subject here. So this looks perfectly fine. Still somewhat flexible, but it's starting to dry out pretty bad. This here, the B2 here, if you're running ethanol or had ran ethanol, or if you bought a used boat, and this comes in other varieties too as well with different names, the inside of it may look fine. I'm going to show you what the inside of it actually looks like once ethanol's gotten a hold of it. Alright, this is what you're looking at here. See the inside, it has a layer on the inside that ethanol loves to eat. And as you're trying to actually put another grommet in there or something like that, it tends to push it back. These pieces start breaking up. They get hung into the fuel filter system as well. And this is basically what it looks like when you're pulling it out. That's the inside of it there. This will clog up a fuel line system really, really bad and really, really quick. Alright. The next stuff is the small stuff here. It's extremely thin. Very collapsible. You find this a lot of times on somebody ran this here inside the boat. This is something I'd like to get rid of as well. Okay, you're running an 80s, 90s model boat. You're buying it used. You haven't owned it the entire time. It's always a really good thing to check the line out, especially if it's hard. Once it starts getting hard, it gets brittle. It may not leak gas, but it still may suck air. Air moves a little quicker in and out than the actual gas does. For instance, neighbor down the street here, about 3 houses down, he was nice enough to redo his deck. In the process, he put 6 screws through his fuel line. All 6 screws. Now, it never leaked a drop, but it surely sucked a whole lot of air. Just saying. But anytime you're 80s, 90s model boat, you need to be checking the fuel line on it, especially if it's hard, it's dried out. I mean, do yourself a favor. It's not that expensive. Check it out. It solves a lot of issues. It really does. If you're having issues, always go to the gas line, the fittings, things like that. Check them first before you start digging into an outboard, and trying to find out what's going on. That's generally the best place to start with an outboard. The B2 line here, I was discussing with the little pieces here falling apart. This is pretty common on your 2000 models. I have seen it as far as 2010 on this stuff. How it wound up on there, I don't know. I don't know how long they produced, how long they actually put it on there. This is a very common problem here. What happens is it starts breaking up, it gets hung in the fuel system, it goes everywhere, and it just backs itself up and just keeps on backing it up. And the only way to really find out is to check the gas line, see if it's B2. But not all B2, other brands as well, had this 2 as well that I run across, but it wasn't B2. So if you might want to take a sample of it, or if you're having an issue in the 2000s area, that's up to you, totally up to you. But this stuff here is an actual nightmare once it gets hung in there and starts blacking things up. Especially if you're trying to put a fitting in. If you're trying to cut your line, your gas line, and you want to add a fitting in or a new fitting in, it's not wanting to go in, pull it back out and look at it. Sometimes you might be surprised on what you're actually looking at, because that thing will actually layer or just collapse and shut everything off inside of that line. So that's a good indication of, looking. At least take a look anyways, but it is what it is. But these are my 2 most common finds. As far as gas line goes, there's not really a whole lot of other ones other than the fittings. If you have old fittings on your outboard, as in line connectors, other stuff, if you can pressure check them, that's always a good thing, or do a vacuum test on them. If you can able to do that, that's good to save it. Sometimes it's easier and better if you just replace it new. Make sure everything's sealed off, because I have run into stuff before, like this here connector here, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But anytime that I introduced it into the line, it would leak. Didn't matter what kind of clamps I put on it or anything. Didn't matter. So check your fittings as well, especially if you're a new boat owner or something like that. Always go to this stuff here before you start digging into your outboard. And do your own research. That's the most important thing. That's what this whole channel's about. So if the video was helpful, hey man, give it a thumbs up. If it wouldn't, hey, that's cool with me too. So y'all have a good night, and I'm going to go in the house and enjoy myself.